Thank you very much, Eric. My name is Chris Kern. I'm the Manager of Corporate Communication with International Northair Mines. It's a pleasure to present to you what Northair believes is one of the best new precious metals discoveries in Mexico in recent years. Here's the forward-looking statements. For those of you who don't know Northair, we've been around since 1966. We've had a number of operating mines during the time we've been a company, but we currently do not have any mines in productions, and we're currently looking for the next one to put into production. Here's a corporate snapshot of the company. We have 91 million shares issued. Working capital is about 6 million. Our significant shareholders include Coeur d'Alene Mines, Pine Tree Capital, Sprott Asset Management, International Minerals, and Commodity Discovery Fund. The ownership within the significant shareholders is about 40% of the company. I'll draw your attention to the chart. The current share price of the company is 28 cents, and the market cap is about $25 million right now. We believe we are significantly undervalued compared to our peers at this time, and I'll get to that slide later on. An important part of any company is the people that are involved in it. The people listed on the directors and advisors bring about 250 years of experience to the company. We believe we have the expertise to put a mine into production. Two people that I would like to point out have been the face of Northair for a number of years, being Fred Hewitt, our president and CEO, and Donald McLeod, chairman and founder of Northair. So why International Northair Mines? Again, we have quite a small market cap right now. We believe we are significantly undervalued. We've got excellent people behind the company, but we also explore in a significant gold-silver mineral belt in Mexico. And we believe that we have a company maker in our project La Cigarra that sits amongst some of those large deposits that you see on the screen there. So some of the highlights of La Cigarra: significant resource potential. We've so far drilled 133 holes. That's totaling 22,000 meters. That's along a 3-kilometer mineral trend. So we have the potential to really put out a large resource here. Metallurgy so far has been very positive. We're well financed. Our last financing was a couple months ago, in which Coeur d'Alene Mines purchased $3 million worth of Northair shares. So we believe we have the right people and the right investors behind our company. The property has a clean title. There's no royalties or back-end rights, and we will own 100% of the project. Exploration potential is very promising on the property as well. Current zones are open along strike and down dip, and I'll show you that later on in the presentation. So this is where La Cigarra project sits. It sits in what is called the Parral Silver District, which is in the state of Chihuahua, Mexico. It's La Cigarra is fairly close to the border of Durango. It is about a 45-minute drive out of the city of Parral, which has a population of about 150,000 people. If you take a look at what's in the circle, you'll see it's home to 1.7 billion ounces of silver, which has either been historically produced or is in the resource category at this time. We're surrounded by infrastructure. As you see, there's paved highways. We're close to power. It's close to rail as well. There's significant exploration in the area that includes Levon's Resources Cordero project. There's also 2 large operating mines that are in the district, being San Francisco del Oro and Grupo Mexico Santa Barbara, who have been in production for approximately 500 years. So here's a detailed map of the property. It shows the soil anomaly that we've mapped out. I'll bring your attention to the red circles, which are what we call the zones of mineralization. From the north, La Baracha zone, in the middle, San Gregorio zone, and to the south, Las Carolinas zone. At one time, The red zones were nothing but small old workings, but since we started drilling on the property, we've been able to connect these zones within the 3-kilometer strike length, all but a small portion between La Baracha zone and the San Gregorio zone, which is only about 200 meters. So we have, we're quite confident that we're going to start building up some significant size in terms of a potential deposit. So here's here's a drill plan where we've been concentrating on. We've been concentrating on this area because it's where we've been having the most success in terms of intercepting grades and widths. It is approximately 2,000 meters of strike. This is basically what the resource estimate is going to entail, this area here. The two zones that make up the 2,000 meters of strike are the San Gregorio zone and the Las Carolinas zone. The red dots are the completed drill holes, and I'm going to show you two cross sections, one being in the San Gregorio zone and the other in the Las Carolinas zone. Before I show you the section though, here's a photograph of the section from the San Gregorio zone that I'm going to be showing you. Note the favorable mineralization zone. It dips at about a 45-degree angle, and we're looking at the trend northwesterly here. Notice the La Baracha zone is to the north, about 1 kilometer northwest, and the Las Carolinas zone is 1 kilometer to the southeast. So here's a section. There's 5 holes on this section. As you see, they've all hit significant grades of silver mineralization. We've from surface right to a depth of 300 meters. Some of the intercepts include 95 meters of 77 grams per ton silver, 52 meters of 167 grams per ton silver, and 65 meters of 105 grams per ton silver. One important thing to note is the width of the zone averages anywhere between 100 and 150 meters, and it still is open at depth. Before I get to the next section of Las Carolinas, here's a photograph of the section. Las Carolinas zone is in the forefront, with the San Gregorio zone in the north, approximately about 1,000 meters away. And here's a section which is about 1,000 meters south of the previous section that I showed. There's 2 holes that have results so far. Hole 58, 50 meters of 69 grams per ton silver, and hole 102, which has 90 or 45 meters of 90 grams per ton silver. Important to note is it's been drilled to a depth of 150 meters. However, it is still open to depth. Now this is a plan of the La Baracha zone, which represents some potential upside on the property where we think that we can expand the potential deposit. As you see, it has the same soil anomaly that the other 2 zones had, and we have done some drilling in this area and have intercepted some very encouraging results. So what I've talked about so far is the mineralization of over 3 kilometers of strike. Now, what I want to focus on right now is this is where our resource calculation will focus upon. It's about 2,000 meters, encompasses San Gregorio zone and the Las Carolinas zone, which make up one zone now. But this is where we're going to start. Immediate upside exploration potential in terms of future resource potential, it could be to the southeast in the Las Carolinas zone, and future resource potential is also very favorable to the northwest. So why do we think we have a significant deposit? Why we think this is going to be large? Dr. Fred Graybell, who is an advisor to Northair and a foremost silver expert, describes the geology of La Cigarra as a magmatic hydrothermal deposit. These are sediment-hosted, disseminated breccia vein stockwork systems. They are silver-rich. They have base metals and gold present to varying degrees. They range from big to mega tonnage. They're generally found in the Pacific Rim area of the east of the Pacific Rim, and the prominent deposits that are included in a magmatic hydrothermal deposit are the following: Pascualama, Dolores, Coriani, and Penasquito. Again, metallurgic tests have been very favorable. Phase work, which commenced earlier in the year, we expect the results to come out fairly shortly, but we expect that we will be able to produce a high-grade marketable lead-silver concentrate. So here's the path to production. Our initial resource calculation is likely to come out in the fourth quarter of 2012. If everything goes right and things fall into place, feasibility study will commence in the first quarter of 2013. We'll have an updated resource calculation later in that year, and feasibility study will start in the third quarter of 2013. So Northair is very excited about this project, and we believe it's going to be a company maker. And just list off some of the things that are very positive for the project. It is within a mature mining district. It has excellent access. It's close to power and rail. Topography is very favorable and facilitates development and exploration. We have a significant upside on 3 kilometers of mineralization. Positive initial metallurgical studies. Gold and lead component certainly could add to the economic upside of the project. And we're going to be coming out with a resource calculation in the fourth quarter of 2012. So Northair is followed by quite a few analysts right now. This is what they are saying, but what they all agree upon is that we have a very good chance that this could be a very large deposit. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.